Yeah, the neighbors in their dang Prius, man. Oh, they might have blown it up this time. All right, guys. Hey, welcome back to HRG TV. Today we have this 1987 Suzuki Carry, another of these mini trucks that we all love so much. This one's getting a 1.5-inch lift kit today, and I'm going to show you how to do that. Don't mind the front, it actually fell off. Just don't look at that part right there, it'll be fine. I will say about the Carry, this so far has been the most off-road ready truck that we've seen. We've got diff lock, axle lock, four-wheel drive, and it's got a super low crawler gear, which I think is amazing. And last but not least, it has a dump bed. How cool is that? If you guys want to see us take these things out and test them on some trails, comment down below, because we've been thinking about doing that, but we have to borrow these. So anyway, just let us know. Maybe we can talk the owner into letting us do it. And by the way, if you are interested in one of these lift kits, we have them for all the K-trucks now, and they are all on HRGoffroad.com. So check it out. And with that said, let's get to the video. Much like the other trucks, basically just 2 bolts that holds the strut to the hub. So you got one here. I got the old finger wrench going right there to hold that. Got to be either brave or stupid to do that, but I guess I'm a little bit of both. Technically, you would use a wrench there, but I didn't have one handy. Take these out. Drop that down. Pop this off. Just like that. Okay. All right, on the Carry, you've got one clip, and then this seat slides right out from the back, just like that. Grab it out from the bottom. Now the Carry is just like the Hi-Jet in that there's 3 different ways you could mount the spacer to the strut, but the orientation is a certain way. So even though you could bolt it on any which way, there's only one correct way to mount it into the car. And then just crank it down. All right, now I have to say this in every video, but left side is passenger side on JDM models. So this is left as you sit in the car, not facing it. So if you're in the driver's seat behind the wheel, your left is your left and your right is your right. That makes this the left side of the car where the left spacer goes. And the orientation is just like this, with the star pointing towards the back of the vehicle. We work with a local shop that does our alignments, and if there's any adjustments that need to be made, we go back and change where the plates are mounted, gets it really, really close. And your alignment should come out in the green without having to worry about anything else. Just pop it in back there, clip it, oops, done. Okay, just put it all back together in reverse order. Put that back in. Ah, my glove. Ah. All right, and then the brake line goes right back where it was. Like that. All right, for the rear shock, I'm just gonna unbolt it here. 12mm socket. Ah, come on. This one was a little bit rusty, but it came out. No worries there. And then we're going to slide it off. The rear shock extension is just going to slide on onto that like so. And then this is going to go back on like, whoop, like this. And then the nut is just going to go right back on like that. You're going to put these little spacers in between the shock and the bracket. both sides. Just like that. Get it nice and tight. Not too tight, it's only an M8. There's your shock mount, finished. Take these stock shackles off real quick. Seems like I should put a little more pressure on there. I can never tell how much weight is hanging on this shackle. If I can just push it with my hand. There it goes. Just push up and work it out there with your hand. It should come out. There it goes. Okay, save these bushings. All right, and the kit comes with these new bushings right here. Basically, those allow the bolt to fit tightly. In other words, if we just took just a regular bolt and put it in there, you can see it's not going to fit snug. So we put these bolt sleeves in, which are precision fit, and then now everything fits precise, right? So that's the idea behind those. Took 2 months to get these, by the way. We have another company that manufactures these for us, and then another company that coats them. They're zinc coated. It took 2 months to get my hands on these. So I'm glad we still have these trucks to show putting them on. I don't think the old hand hammer is going to put that in. I'm going to get a rubber mallet real quick. It's a tight squeeze. Might have a little bit of an issue there. The upper bushing is a lot more snug than the bottom one. Even though these are the same size, I think maybe this one just had some material that came off with the bolt. Oh man, the neighbors just started up their new Prius again. Man, they're so obnoxious with their loud Prius. All right, that's gonna work. All right, put the bottom in first. I always want to make sure that the star points up. I think it looks better. Hey! Oh, it lifted. It's not a full pull. Now we can drop this and hopefully line up the top one. Okay, and tighten them up. Use the old finger wrench on that side and a ratchet on the other side. There we go. Yeah, nice and tight. 35 foot-pounds-ish. All right, so as you can see, we've actually done both sides, and it is easier to do them both at the same time, because what will happen is if you drop one side first, the axle will turn like this, and that causes the shackle to turn. It makes it more difficult to line the bolts up. So I recommend doing them both at the same time if you can. It just makes the job a little bit easier. Speaking of which, this one's upside down. Okay. Must have been either drunk or in a hurry when I did this one. Probably drunk. All right, now that we're lifted, you can see these brake lines are a little bit tight, a little bit more tight than I am comfortable with. There's an easy fix. I just want to show you. Basically, all you have to do is tilt this bracket forward a little bit to give them some more slack. So we're going to do that with this big wrench right here. So I'm pulling this forward very gently, obviously. You don't want to bend anything too much, but that right there has just given them a couple of extra inches of slack. You can see that's pretty good. It's not like a banjo string anymore. And you got to think, this is as far down as it is ever going to go. So most of the time when you're driving, it's gonna be way up here. Same thing on this one. You're just gonna bend it up towards the top a little bit. And you can see it gives it a little more slack. And that's all you really need. So there you go, done. All right, so this one actually has 13s on it. These are not original, obviously. Got a 145/80 13 on here. We're gonna put some off-road tires that are the same size as this, but I know for a fact you can get much bigger tires on these. I'm gonna go ahead and list some sizes on the screen right now, so if you do wanna go bigger, you can. And that way you guys can, you know, go big or go home or whatever it is. All right guys, thanks for watching the video all the way to the end. And if you guys are interested in seeing more of these K-Trucks, definitely reach out to us, comment down below. We're thinking about taking these down to an off-road course and just seeing which one's best, which I think is gonna be this one. Let us know in the comments if you're interested in that. Otherwise, I appreciate you watching all the way to the end, and I'll see you in the next video. Yeah. Wrong door.